Right, let's talk about Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. So, Raw this week was Raw Reunion. I'm going to hold my hands up and say, at points, I popped like a little bitch. I'm part of the problem. Million Dollar Man's theme for a start, because his theme is awesome.
No, I popped twice.
In Stone Cold, probably.
I popped to the toilet a couple times.
I didn't pop for Stone Cold, no. I popped for Bray Wyatt murdering Mick Foley, and I popped for the Boogeyman.
I'm the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you. I enjoyed every part of the 24/7 title this week, mainly because it's as silly as it needs to be. The fact that Pat Patterson was trending on Twitter in 2019 shows you how amazing the 24/7
Pat Patterson was a title holder
in 2019 and was trending on Twitter. Cheers, WWE, for those memories. The 24/7 stuff was good.
Intergender title now.
It's now an intergender title because Kelly won it and Alundra Blaze. I didn't even know that was Alundra Blaze at first. I was like, "Who is that?" It's Alundra Blaze. And then of course they did the title in the bin spot before the $1 Million Man came out, and he says, "Everybody's got a price. Here's some money. I'll take the title off you." Yeah. And the fact that as well, R-Truth wins it back at the end of the night and then jumps in the limo with Renee and not Carmella, and then Drake's like, Renee, I'm so... You're not Renee. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed the 24/7 stuff.
Do you think he's going to try and constipate Drake Maverick's wedding?
I don't know, but was it Jack who said he wanted Hornswoggle to just turn up and take the title?
I don't understand why that didn't happen. That was the most obvious gag for the whole night.
Would have been
Hornswoggle to take the title.
However, it
and then have Maverick and Hornswoggle stood next to each other, and R-Truth just implodes.
It's just, I think it could be based on his schedule.
Yeah, possibly.
And based on whether WWE asked him, because Vince McMahon's not going to come up with ideas like that.
As if Vince gives a flying fuck about that.
According to people, apparently he's going to shed all of the money and sell it to XFL or whatever nonsense was going around Twitter this week. I don't understand. I just don't read.
I don't read Smoothman 2019.
The start of the night was obviously John Cena's return.
Yay!
He seems to, when he's not there a lot, the crowd freaking love him.
Yeah.
And then we had the Usos came out, and then we had the stupid gag about, "Oh, you look exactly like your mugshot." Tee hee hee hee. Cheers. Rikishi was there.
Yes, mate.
Rikishi was reportedly not allowed to take. We're not allowed to give out stink faces because he wasn't cleared to do so, because apparently health insurance reasons, from what I've read.
Yeah, no one wants to take that from a 60, 70-year-old man. That's just bad noise.
And then Devon Dudley was there because obviously Bubba Ray was rejected. I think he rejected going, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
So in order to in Dudley time, we'll put him with a revival.
Yeah, what?
Why? For what reason? Oh, they're heels.
I understand Rikishi and the Usos, him being their father and all. That makes sense.
Oh, it was just nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
Although I was really annoyed when they teased that Scotty Joe Hotty was going to come out and dance with them and then never did. That annoyed me.
More awkward if they were going to tease Brian Christopher coming out of dance, wasn't it?
Please.
Probably why they didn't invite Scotty Too Hotty along, because everyone
were like, where's
Grandmaster Sexay?
Oh, King could have come out and dressed up as him. He did that after he died, didn't he?
What?
Jerry Lawler literally dressed up in Brian Christopher's...
No, he didn't.
Stuff. Go and have a look. The week after Brian Christopher died, Jerry Lawler wrestled in a Brian Christopher outfit.
I think he did, I think I did see that. I think Matt is actually telling the truth. For once, Matt's not a raging alcoholic and spouting nonsense. He's got the vodka. It's all good. We've talked about this 24/7. Drew McIntyre destroyed Cedric Alexander, which him doing the reverse Alabama slam to the apron looks.
Yeah, it looks brutal.
It does. It does. And to be honest, I just wish they'd booked Drew McIntyre better, but such is the modern WWE product these days. We then had the Viking Raiders actually face an actual tag team this week.
Yay.
Are they an actual tag team?
Well, they were tag team champions, mate. Therefore, they're tag team. They're a tag team. They're legit.
I mean,
but yeah, the Viking Raiders destroyed Hawkins and Ryder. End of story.
What a surprise.
Then Samoa Joe kind of pretty much just summed up most of the night, saying, what's the point in having this as a nostalgia trip when clearly we should be bigging up new talent? And I kind of agree with him. Cheers. He's supposed to be a heel here, but he's a face through and through this segment. He insulted the Rikishi, and then Roman Reigns turned up because obviously relations.
Bloodlines.
Who isn't related to Roman Reigns. Then they had a brawl. Then they decided to have a match. Oh, well, actually, no. I'll have a match with you. Nah, I'm all right, cheers. Yeah, but you walking off. I'll have a match with you. Go on, then. What?
Logic.
Wrestling logic just thrown out the window. And then we had Roman Reigns beat Samoa Joe with a spear. Cheers. I just don't know why.
Like, this is the week that you're bringing back a massive or a lot bigger audience than been looking at Raw recently. I think they got an extra million viewers this Raw, and what they've done is they've shown off Roman beating Samoa Joe, and there was maybe 3 more matches on the card. Like, if you're going to tell everyone that there's going to be lots of people here, why not put over some of your talent?
Agreed. Because that's what the reunions used to be, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the whole point. Yeah, if you're not having a young guy going over the legend, when the legend returns, you have the young guys putting on some stellar matches or cutting some great promos so that you can see that like you draw in those people that have come back and they go, oh, well, I came back because I'm a massive xenophobe and I love Hulk Hogan. But let's have a look and let's watch some of these kids, because actually I came back to watch Hulk Hogan, but I also accidentally watched a match between Buddy Murphy and Cedric Alexander, and it was amazing.
But this is WWE. This is Vince. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
But Vince used to do that when he was good.
Idiot. He's out of touch, mate. There's Seth Rollins on Miz TV. Why? Can we also draw the fact that as well as Miz TV on this week, we also had a Moment of Bliss, and then we had a second Miz TV on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Get in.
Talk shows on wrestling shows do my nutting. Absolute waste of time. I'm not going to talk about the Miz one because it was trash.
I mean, I can't even remember what happened. That's how good the one with Seth Rollins.
Speaking his mind about...
No, we need to talk about this because fucking this is where Seth Rollins ruined his entire career.
Oh, Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar is a Seth Rollins wannabe. How much have you been smoking? Like, is he on ket or something? For fuck. Like, at what point has Brock Lesnar ever wanted to be Seth Rollins? Like, Brock Lesnar is a successful Universal Champion. Seth Rollins held it for 3.5 weeks and then had to give it back.
Isn't the whole thing about him being a wannabe is because he cashed in at WrestleMania and therefore he cashed in on him? And it's like he did it 3 years later and he's like, I just want to be a wannabe.
That's bullshit. It's like saying that, I don't know.
Damien Sandow's a Dolph Ziggler wannabe. Come on.
So everybody's an Edge wannabe because Edge cashed in the title, the Money in the Bank contract first.
You know what that is? That's a heel promo. It is. That's what a heel would say.
Yeah.
You're all just wannabes. You'll want to be like me.
And then trying to chase after... Watching Paul Heyman run away from Seth Rollins was highly amusing.
Oh, yes.
It's like watching those giant T-Rexes run away. So those massive suits. It was like watching one of those. But yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Sami Zayn was backstage. Interrupted a Legends party. Call out the has-beens. Rey Mysterio took offense. Bearing in mind, I'm sorry, I need to bring this up now. They're dubbing Alicia Fox as a legend.
Yeah, full-time contract holder Alicia Fox is a legend.
She's got a legendary Northern Light suplex now. A legendary Northern Light suplex.
I mean, she's a Survivor Series the team captain winner. Does that make her a legend?
Has she won any titles? I need to just check this.
She won the Divas title, I'm sure she has.
Did she?
To the Wikipedia machine.
Alicia Fox.
But yeah, there was a tweet that I saw this week about Alicia Fox where it said,
okay, make sure you spell her first name right.
Naughty. She was a number 8. She was the 8th Divas champion and held it for how many days? I'll put a little quiz up to you. How many days do you say Alicia Fox held it for?
17.
10.
More.
30.
I'm going to go to the internet to find out.
50.
Slightly more.
55.
One more.
56
She held it
days.
for 56 days and then lost it to Melina.
GG's. There was definitely a tweet this week that I saw about Alicia Fox, and it said apparently she's retiring, and this is why we've not seen her for a while. That's why she was part of this.
Isn't she like an alcoholic or some shit? Allegedly?
Probably. But then someone then said, "Oh yeah, I really enjoyed her wrestling matches against." I don't remember. Literally don't remember. That's what someone tweeted, and it was somebody who was like, I think it was Gorilla Position put it. I think. I'm sorry if that was incorrect, but I'm sure it was some account like that had said, "Alicia Fox is retiring. Everybody remember these matches." Oh wait, no, we don't, because it's Alicia Fox.
Forever been known as Alicia Fox. Right, no, I think she's held it more than once, you know. Give me a second.
I can't see.
Absolute scenes. But yeah, well, while we're talking about...
one-time champion.
Just Googling this mid-pod. Back to Sami Zayn, calling out legends. Backstage, there was somebody backstage who I'd never seen. I've not a clue. There was so many people there. Mainly from the women's roster. I think they must have been the Divas when I stopped.
Melina. I know Melina was there.
I don't know. I didn't even know who Melina was.
Shout out to Christian, though.
Alicia Fox was with Tori Wilson.
I know Tori Wilson. I know.
I bet you
Kelly
do.
Kelly. I know Kelly mainly because of WWE games. Smackdown was a completely different show and actually was relatively okay.
Was Shane on it?
Apart from Shane McMahon kicking off Smackdown.
So
they started the night where Shawn Michaels was supposed to be commentary. So I was watching this going, why is Big E and Xavier Woods sat at commentary?
So what had happened is one of the normal SmackDown commentators,
Byron Saxton's dad had recently passed.
Yeah, no, but one of the other ones was supposed to be not there, and then Byron Saxton's dad passed away, so they were down to only having one commentator. So just having
David Otunga.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I don't really mind.
I don't like David Otunga.
I don't mind him, but and then you had Big E and Xavier Woods, who throughout the segment they should have just been on all night because Michael Cole in the second half was just naff.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know what really annoyed me about it as well is how he tried to take over Tom Phillips.
Well, because
Tom Phillips is SmackDown's lead. Therefore, if you've got Michael Cole, you shouldn't have him come in.
Cole isn't a bad colour commentator. I don't like him as a lead commentator. He's not a bad colour commentator. I mean, yes. I mean, we're going back to like the old school days, but I prefer him as a colour commentator than lead.
Yeah, definitely. So the night started with Shane McMahon booed to shit, rightly so. He accused Owens of hiding behind social media, accepted KO's challenge for a match at SummerSlam. He reminded fans that Owens has vowed to quit before, ironically in the same venue as this year's pay-per-view that is going to take place. So therefore the stipulation is going to be, I'm going to quit if I don't beat Shane McMahon. Cheers.
Well, Kevin Owens is winning that, so that's fine.
Hopefully.
Oh, he very much is going to win that.
And then that was that, I think, really. Oh, McMahon announced that Owens was going to face Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And then later on, after the break, we then had, oh, I'm going to be the special guest referee. Oh, you're going to be the ring timekeeper. Apparently, he doesn't.
I'm going to announce it.
Elias. He's going to be a timekeeper. Then said, I own a watch. No, you don't, because you're not wearing one.
You might just own one and just keep it in his.
No, but the fact is, he says, I've got a watch on me, and then he's not got a watch on him. It just didn't make sense. And then, who else was it? Oh, Shane McMahon was going to be the ring announcer, because Shane McMahon needs to hear his own voice again.
Great.
Then we had a non-title match, Apollo Crews versus Nakamura. Nakamura beat Apollo Crews, unfortunately.
What do you mean, unfortunately?
I like Apollo Crews.
Oh, I like
Better
Nakamura.
than Nakamura. Nakamura's a pile of wank.
Oh, don't fucking start this again.
Moving on! Quickly! Yeah, it was a alright match. It wasn't great. Wasn't bad. Miz TV with Shawn Michaels. We've already mentioned it a little bit. So, Shawn Michaels pretty much called Dolph Ziggler a Shawn Michaels wannabe, which is great.
That's how you do it, Seth.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I do love how Shawn sells. Shawn sells death, and I love that.
Yes.
It wasn't a bad Ziggles promo either. I don't mind. Ziggles, I mean, yes, he does erupt into a bit of shouty screaminess, but he's sort of getting it again now. We're sort of getting a bit more of the old Dolph again.
Which I like. But I always liked Dolph. Because he's underrated, in my opinion.
No, he's not.
He's underrated. Should be
No,
WWE
he's not.
champion.
No.
And a championship. Give him a WWE championship.
If anything, he's overrated.
Cheers. So then we had an kind of back and forth between the two. The Miz was therefore in kind of the middle and then said, look, Dolph, instead of talking about it, do something. Which he tried to do. And that super kick to Shawn Michaels, my God.
Sick ref.
And then the Miz got involved, and I don't know where this is going.
I mean, you don't know where it's going.
I don't know where it's going. Is it going to be Ziggler Miz? For reasons?
For shits and giggles, I guess, maybe?
Is it just a throwaway segment on a Smackdown this week?
Probably building to one of the 340 matches at SummerSlam.
Yep.
I just want to say, apologies if you can hear the fan now. My missus just moved it somewhere closer because I wasn't getting any of it, and I've literally been...
Oh, my fan's been going on since...
I can't hear any fans.
I was wearing my t-shirt as a do-rag for half this podcast, and now I've been dabbing my face on it, and it is just wet.
I've just checked my t-shirt, and it's wet through.
That's a biggie. That's a really nice t-shirt as well, Sweden.
Cheers, Primark special. Moving on. Ember versus Charlotte Flair.
Doesn't look like anything like Big E to me.
Yeah, I was going to say it, then I realised it's not that one.
Big E Smalls, mate. Wrong Big E.
A little bit more.
But yeah, we had Ember Moon versus Charlotte Flair.
No.
Ember no. Which was assisted via a Bailey because wrestlers are stupid.
Yes.
Stupid. Oh, Bailey's music's playing. Why are you out here? I'm going to... Oh, I got pinned.
Yeah.
It turns out that later in the night, she had a promo, did Charlotte Flair or an interview. Charlotte Flair says, I'm going to have a match at SummerSlam. I want a match at SummerSlam against somebody who's better than Ember Moon. And, yeah, I deserve to be in the title picture, effectively. I've heard on the grapevine it's going to be Trish Stratus.
Yeah, I have as well. I don't like that.
Why not?
Because she's not a very good wrestler.
I mean, she's the best legend we've had in the ring in the last 5 years. In the ring.
I mean...
Her match at Evolution and her match at whatever else, the one she did last year, they were both good matches.
Well, see, I would prefer it if Charlotte fought someone from the roster.
But there's nobody on the roster. There's nobody on the roster that fits the bill.
Right. When she said this, I was going, right, who's on SmackDown
I'm going to look now.
Sex and violence. You got sex and violence.
Who's sex and violence?
Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
Oh, you mean fire and desire?
Sex and violence.
Wind and rain.
Earth, wind, and fire.
Yeah, so we've got Earth, Wind, and Fire. But obviously, Fire had to retire, so it's just Earth and Wind. And then
Iconics,
who are the tag team champions. You've got Kairi Sane and Asuka, who are a tag team and therefore can't fight in singles fights.
Ember
Moon, who's fighting Bayley for the top title.
And that's it. Oh, and Carmella?
Carmella, but she's too busy.
Running around R-Truth.
Yeah.
Who else?
That's it for SmackDown.
Carmella, Lana.
Lana's not there because Rusev's not there.
Tamina. Liv Morgan.
Tamina's on SmackDown. Liv Morgan. But Liv Morgan has to go away and become a new woman.
But she was supposed to do that for this week. She said, I'll be back next week.
I believe,
BRB
don't quote me on this, that she's having some time off for some surgery. I don't know whether it's cosmetic surgery or whether it's like injury surgery, but I believe she's out for 3 months.
That's annoying because I'm really enjoying Smoothman made a breast gesture there.
I was joking. Liv, I don't mean that in a bad way. I was just joking.
Oh, yeah, I ratted you the fuck out there. Try and get yourself out of that hole, mate. Wait, what?
Cool. But yeah, I don't know who's going to be. I've read it's going to be Trish Stratus. I have a feeling it could be because it's in
Toronto. Yeah, fuck it, it's going to be there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get Edge out. Get Edge to give her a spear now, dude.
And then we got the Kofi came out and did a who am I going to defend my title against at SummerSlam.
Wasn't it already supposed to be Randy?
We mentioned, I think, last week that we thought it might be Randy Orton.
There was no confirmation until this week, but it was all over the internet for the last 6 weeks that was going to be the title feud.
Which it is going to be Randy Orton, so it's going to be Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston. They pretty much recalled everything that happened in 2009 from Madison Square Garden. We had the footage.
Stupid.
We had the Kofi accusing Randy Orton of using his influence to hold him back, which then he just went, yeah, I did.
Because you weren't ready for it. Which you could argue, technically he's right.
Yeah. And then he's like, you weren't ready then, and you're not ready now. I'll take that title off you.
I think Randy's going to win this, by the way.
I genuinely think so too. Then we had a match, non-title match, Kofi versus Samoa Joe, which ended in a no contest because Randy Orton tried to do a RKO to Kingston. Kingston got away from it. Then Joe grabbed hold of Orton, and then he took an RKO. And then we had a Kingston Trouble in Paradise to send a message, supposedly.
Message was sent and delivered.
Indeed. I don't mind this match, to be honest. I think it's definitely the story behind it from, 10 years ago.
Makes sense.
I don't mind it. Finn Balor. This was a interview in the ring that started. He talked about how he did look a little bit sheepish, which
Finn's never been great on the mic, has he?
No, but I mean, like in terms of the Fiend stuff, has made him kind of a bit wary and a bit
skitty.
Kind of, yeah. We then had a Firefly Funhouse.
I love this idea.
Which is incredible. And I said this weeks ago. If you do both of these characters, where one is all nicey and will play up to the person who it is, and then you've got the Fiend who will just come and kill you, then yeah, I can get on board with it. And it worked. I definitely think it worked this week because he came out and had him in the middle. You've got Mercy the Buzzard and you've got Rambling Rabbit, and he's just stood there going, I can't remember what he exactly said, but he was pretty much just being all nicey to Finn.
Oh, thank you for accepting our match, yay! And what was it? It basically just said, be wary of the Fiend or words to those effects, and then it cuts to the Fiend. I'm adamant that he's got Slipknot's theme as well. He's got Slipknot music as his theme.
If he hasn't, we're disappointed.
I'm convinced he's got it.
He will. I don't think he will at all.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah, listen to this. Slipknot have the theme for NXT.
Yeah, and
give it to Bray.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
Especially if it's unsainted, because
the NXT theme cannot be a wrestler's theme as well.
That's going to be the theme. Another Slipknot song is going to be his theme, because he tweeted Slipknot saying, "I want this as my theme." Ages ago, it was Unsainted. It's called. It's a decent tune.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I think because if Slipknot have got NXT a theme for NXT, I'm sure they won't mind giving. To Bray.
Definitely won't be giving. They might like let him license one. Yeah, give us some ducats.
Yeah.
Then
we moved on to the main event, which was Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. Ended in a no contest because of shenanigans. Obviously, we had Shane McMahon come out being the guest ring announcer. We had Drew McIntyre as a special guest referee, and then the timekeeper of Elias. It pretty much just said, look, this is going to be blah, 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 3-on-1, effectively. The match started, and Drew just got involved straight away, really getting pushy when he's trying to push them away from each other in the corner, which he didn't count. I'm sorry, he didn't do 1, 2, 3, and then split them up. Do your job properly. Stupid zebra. And then we had that happened twice, and then it just turned into chaos because obviously they threw him over the side, and then Elias got involved, and then so did Shane. Shane McMahon needs to disappear. I can't deal with it anymore. Even Alice said the other day, Alice said to me when I was watching it, she was like, "Can Shane McMahon just disappear, please?" I was like, "Yeah, I've been saying this for weeks." But it's just that usual thing, putting Kevin Owens over by defeating the odds, and him teaming up with Roman shows Roman still a face, even though he's a bit at the moment with that. He was a bit like, I'm not really a face, I'm not really a heel in this, because obviously KO was in there as well. It wasn't really a face or a heel in this match. And then the match didn't really happen, so it didn't really make any difference. But then there were stunners everywhere and a few Superman punches. And that was SmackDown. Anything to add, Matthew? No,
not really. Not with SmackDown. It was a good show. I enjoyed it, but it's still something quite a lot lacking from WWE TV at the moment. They need to.
Raw was just trash. Raw, you have to look at Raw as a one-off, because
I mean, I'd love to look at Raw as a one-off, but looking at the output that they've had from Raw this year,
they all feel like one-offs.
They're all, just trash. So.
Because this week I knew for a fact it's Raw Reunion. There's going to be no storyline progression whatsoever, or very little. It would have been great to have people put young talent over. That didn't happen. The only good thing again this week was The Fiend, which says a lot about WWE TV at the moment, that The Fiend is the best thing that's on TV, or the 24/7 title. Yeah,
and that's a big problem that they've got, and they're going to have to fix it sooner rather than later, because at the moment, there's nothing on TV at the moment that could possibly sort of fix that. They've got to basically start again from scratch.
Yeah,
I like Kofi versus Orton. I think that's a good idea. I hope Kofi goes over him. We've all said we're not sure that's going to be the case.
Yeah, that's the thing. When I was watching it, I was thinking maybe this is where Kofi gets the win, but then it also makes me think: is this the person that's going to take it off Kofi, because Kofi's had it for too long now?
Yeah, that's my concern, and
Be interesting to see how they play it. I
Yeah.
think if we see what happens next week, we'll probably get a bit more of an idea because SummerSlam's like 2 weeks away, isn't it?
3 weeks away. It's like the 11th of August.
Sorry, not this week.
Might be like 2 weeks on Sunday.
Yeah, 2 weeks Sunday, I think it is.